Well, Folahanmi Aina is a political scientist and lecturer at the School of Oriental and African Studies here in London, joining me now. Thank you so much for your time. How significant is the killing of al-Minuki for Islamic State in Nigeria, particularly as we've just been hearing Boko Haram, a rival group, is very active in the country as well?
Thank you very much. His killing is particularly very important given the fact that he played a significant role in ISIS operations, not only in Nigeria, the Lake Chad Basin, the broader Sahel, and of course globally. Until his death, Abu Bilal was the head of the Global Directorate of Protectorates across ISIS operations. So he did play a very significant role both in terms of recruitment and financing ISIS operations. And so as a result of his death, we can expect that this will in many ways set back ISIS operations, in addition to the fact that it will also significantly degrade the capacity of ISIS to stage attacks in the near future.
How powerful is Islamic State or ISIS globally these days?
The Islamic State apparently still remains quite powerful since the group was dislodged in the Levant. It's found a safe haven, particularly in Africa, and of course it's mostly moved its operations to West Africa, particularly the Sahel region, from where it has grown in ranks and increased, of course, through recruitment efforts and expanded, including the use of more sophisticated weaponry such as drones. But of course, despite this, the group has also experienced or suffered significant setbacks, which in many ways has also affected its operations. So I would say that ISIS does still remain quite a formidable terrorist organization across the globe.
What we have seen, and you referenced this a little earlier, is that groups like IS have been very active across the Sahel belt, and that includes countries like Mali. We've seen activity there in recent weeks with the defense minister being killed. Russian troops that were supporting the government have been retreating. Talk to us about the jihadist groups that are operating across the Sahel and whether they're competing with each other or somewhat united.
So that's quite an interesting question because just to make a quick clarification with regards to the point you made on Mali, the group that was responsible for the recent attacks that we saw that led to the deaths of the defense minister was an Al-Qaeda affiliated group and not an ISIS affiliated one, and that's Jenin. So Jenin remains the most formidable terrorist organization currently in the world. But of course, ISIS does continue to operate in the broader Sahel region. In fact, they have a province referred to as the Islamic State Sahel Province, ISSP, which remains particularly very active. This is separate from ISWAP, the Islamic State West Africa Province. And so, yes, they remain quite a formidable terrorist organization. But of course, in many ways, we've also seen some elements of collaboration, but not necessarily with Al-Qaeda because of the doctrinal differences and operational differences between both groups. But that's not to say that ISIS hasn't had some form of collaboration and cooperation with organized criminal gangs and other groups across the region, particularly as it intensifies efforts to try to expand its reach across the Sahel and, of course, the broader West African sub-region.